Hey, thank you for clicking this video. Just a friendly reminder, this is a clip from my previous live stream. And if you want to catch me live in action so you can join the conversation, just remember I live stream Sunday through Friday. That's 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And I'm going to post the time right here because I know some people don't want to Google. So nevertheless, go ahead and enjoy this video. So what... The easiest way, okay, I'm just going to break this down to you. Guess what? I'm going to give you the cheat code to these political conversations. Hell, I mean, with any conversation, this is a cheat code just for you. Don't tell my secrets to everybody, okay? I'm just going to tell you, and thousands of people probably watching this, okay? Listen, here is a cheat code to make sure 9 times out of 10, it's not perfect, but it has a pretty good successful rate here. If you want to find yourself on the right side of any political conversation, here is the secret. It is not hard, okay? Put people first. Put the lives, put the needs of regular people, not the ultra rich, not just your type of people, all people. Whatever the case is, me, myself, I don't know all the wars and all the crazy things that's happening around every country. I don't. Okay, I'm just one person. I'm still slowly trying to learn things. But if you was to tell me, okay, this is happening in X country, you know, I do a little research, do a little reading, you know, watch a couple interviews and debates about it. And if I continue to put regular people first, you will never look at me and say, hey, you are a hateful person. You couldn't tell me that. Because just like the Israel and Palestinian genocide, it has a history, a long, lengthy history, plenty of books that you can read. And I've read a lot, some of them pretty boring, but I muscled through it. And you can debate a lot of things throughout the history, but you can't never debate innocent people dying. You can't do that. There's no excuse for that. And if you look at the history, hundreds of thousands of innocent Palestinian people have been killed. You can't debate that. And if you're debating that, trying to rationalize that, guess what? You are the hateful person. Now, what makes America so special is that on paper, of course, on paper, I know it's not like it is now, but on paper, America is supposed to not only protect the free religious practice of its people. People can practice whatever religion that they want as long as it's not, intruding on people's personal lives, obviously. But people have the right to be whatever they want or worship nothing at all. You have that right, and our Constitution is supposed to defend that. That's simple. Let bygones be bygones. You do what you do, I do what I do. But the problem is, you can't believe that and then support someone like Trump. Like, you can't. It's like mixing water in oil. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. You can go ahead and try it. Pause this video, go in your kitchen, and try to mix it. It's not going to work. I tried it earlier, okay? So, when someone like Nicki Minaj, which, like I said, I don't think I ever covered in my video before, and I don't really care what celebrities have to say. I know someone like D.L. Hughley, I highly respect, and I cover constantly, but I never put too much thought into what celebrities have to say, because 9 times out of 10, they are not connected. They just are so far removed from the regular human experience, they will say anything and everything. We get that. But Miss Nicki Minaj, on Twitter, I would never call it X, that's such a stupid name. On Twitter, quote tweeted Trump, and Trump said this: Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Trump probably couldn't find Nigeria on a map. Let's be honest. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this slaughter. I hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. Okay. Kind of a broad statement, but okay. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered like this is happening in Nigeria, something must be done. And then, of course, he starts calling out his lackeys to do his bidding, not regarding if it's constitutional or not. Don't have to go through Congress. No, just ask his lackeys. And then Nicki Minaj, she said, reading this made me feel deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. Really? Do you not see what is going on? Do you not see Trump and his Christian nationalists trying to convert this into a Christian country? Why would he do that? If we can freely worship any God, okay. No group should ever be prosecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror, and it is dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. You mean everyone or just Christians? I don't know. It seems a little weird to me. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. Once again, if it's based on your prayers, nothing's going to happen. So just real quick, that's something I'm still learning. If you guys have any information, let me know in the chat or in the comments. But this is something that I am continuously learning about. And here's a little facts for you. The violence in Nigeria has been going on for over 20 years. The Boko Haram started around 2009, but farmer-herder conflicts and rural massacres go back to the early 2000s. It's long-running, complicated, and it's not just a one war. Many analysis in institutions, that means people who study this stuff for a living, not just random YouTubers or a random profile on Twitter. No, these are people who look at the numbers, who study the history, okay? Say the violence is not purely or only about religion. Many attacks are about land, resources, ethnicity, politics, weak governance, and not simply kill all Christians. That's simple. Now, let's go to these young guys, The Jam. Once again, I've been watching them for probably past 3 months. And man, if anyone is giving you that raw truth, it is these guys right here. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, just switch. No, she hasn't paid attention to what the community is doing. And she also hasn't paid attention to the conflict happening in Africa. No. Because I just fucking Googled it for 1 goddamn second. This is how easy it is. We're live filming, and this is how much, this was the step that Nicki could have taken live before typing out all the shit. This is from Olayinka Ajala. This is an associate professor in politics from the international relations from Leeds Beckett University.
Just take note how he didn't just quote a random person on the internet. You know, like, it's good to listen to people who study this stuff for a living. I mean, damn. Either you do it yourself or listen to the people that do.
It said to understand the degree of intensity of terrorist insurgency activities in Nigeria in the last 10 years, I analyzed data from armed conflict location and event data, ACLED, an independent violence monitor. The analysis shows it is difficult, if not impossible, to delineate the killings based on religious affiliations. All religions in the country have been affected, and there have been fatalities across several ethnic and religious lines. But Nicki Minaj mentioned Christians only.
Exactly.
Huh.
But the Islamists that are in like the north,
queen of your community, black woman. What about all the black people that's dying in Nigeria because they're not Christian?
Bro, what are we
talking about? So Christian is the only thing that matters, right?
So they're the only people we should pay attention.
When the bread gets low, like 4 loaves, niggas turn to Republicans.
To white nationalists. When the bread get low, like 4 loaves in a toaster, we become coons. My issue about it.
Where is he lying? I'm just saying, I don't want to be the one to always call every black person kissing Trump's ass a raccoon. I don't want to do that. But if it walk like one, if it talk like one, damn, if it smell like one, what more can I say? What more can I say? Now, like I said, I never paid attention to Nicki Minaj. I don't like her music, whatever. But this is not a good start. This right here is not a good start, Nicki. Damn it.
Yes. The issue I have with Nicki is the same issue I have with President Donald Trump, is the same issue I have with every single Christian nationalist. Is that because of their own delusions, because of their own shit that they got going on, they will convince you that their position is the equality position, because anything that puts Christianity supreme is equality for you, because that's what it's like having a victim mentality.
I was going to say, what the
If you're always oppressed, then you got to be the supremacist to get your even.
Yep.
But the problem is, even though despite there's a separation of church and state written into our fucking Constitution, Republicans, these white people that she is sucking up to, have been trying to use that to dictate the country. And guess what? That Christian vision does not have your black ass in it.
Also,
hey, bars. Straight bars. Can I get bars in the chat, please? Can somebody drop some bars in the chat? They are weaponizing their religion. I'm a Christian. I have no parts of that. Hey, my hands is clean. I have no parts of that. Don't add me in that. They are weaponizing their religion to steamroll whatever ideas or ideology or policies or legislation that they see fit. Oh, Christians are under attack, and they know these weak-minded Christians who can't crack open a history book, don't know anything about politics, are like, oh my God, they're attacking Christians all over the planet. Oh my God, they're gonna kill me next. I'm a Christian. They're gonna kill me next. That's how they fearmonger these people. That's how they won the presidency. And that's all Trump is doing. And idiots like Nicki Minaj is falling right into that. Now, she might have her own agenda, her own reason why doing it. I don't know. But just to simply fall into it shows how ignorant you are. Why is that hard to understand? Why do we gotta explain basic stuff like this? This should have been taught in school. But no, we're here in 2025, almost 2026, talking about this here. And that's why America is screwed.
So there's a freedom of religion in Nigeria, in their constitution. There's so many. I read like 2
If
articles.
Nigeria is on a watch list, oh wait, didn't America get put on a watch list for quality of living the other day? Because we're using Christian nationalism to take women's rights away.
I literally.
Nicki hasn't said a goddamn thing about that. That affect women.
She ain't said shit about anything.
Thank you, Donald
Because
Trump.
you're not even putting the effort to look into shit.
You don't know shit. That's my main problem.
I read like 2 articles last night, and literally every single thing in that article was like, it is next to impossible to label it as the killings that are happening in Nigeria or is because of Christian nationalism, or not because of Christian nationalism, but
Christian
because they are
persecution.
Christian. Christian persecution.
Successive military and civilian
There's
regimes.
so many other regions, and it's different killings depending on the region, whether it's Southwest, whether it's Northwest, whether there's multiple different militia groups. They're like
I was going to read this.
It's different. Land,
Successive military
like, all
and
types of
civilian
shit.
regimes have since struggled to curtail the string of religious violence, which is often linked to issues such as ethnicity, resource management, competition for resources, and colonial boundaries. British colonialists placed different ethnic groups with sometimes different values in one country. You want to know where that also happened? In Sudan, in South Sudan, because the location of Sudan, originally Sudan was governed mainly by the Egyptians and the British or whatever, but the part of Sudan that hits the rainforest, like when you get past the Sahara, had black people, other tribes,
also, it's the
other
most
people,
resource rich part.
yeah. And that's a whole different culture, whole different like circumstance that these people lived in. But the British government, when they colonized it, didn't give a fuck. They drew the line and was like, y'all all part of one country. So that created decades of conflict between South Sudan and Sudan, which is why they broke off eventually. And there's still a bunch of violence because that's what colonialism do. You touch down in a place, don't know nothing about the people at the place, and said y'all all in one place now, and wonder why these niggas beefing for centuries. Because that's not how it be. These niggas had all peoples before those lines were drawn. If Nicki gave a flying fuck about any issue that they pretend to give a fuck about, you'd start there. But if you started there and call into question Donald Trump and the entire American,
they don't do that. They don't do that.
No. It's a culture point. It's a culture point. Hey, Christians, I'm woke. I know what y'all talking about. Let me. You're bullshit.
Meanwhile,
and that's all that it's about. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't know her intentions. Can't read minds. I'm sorry. If I could, I'd probably be I don't want to say a billionaire, but I'd probably be an evil person. Okay, let's just be honest. If you can read people's mind, you're going to take advantage of people. Okay. The only reason to say what Nicki said, and I'm just spitballing here, is to try to gain some sort of kudo points from Republican, let alone Christians that are reading your posts. That's simple. You're just trying to score some points, but in reality, you just sound ignorant as hell. And that is the problem. This is why I hate politics. Damn it. That was a great transition for the brand right there. That is why I hate politics. Ignorant folks like Nicki Minaj, and I don't want to sit here and pretend like I just know everything. I don't. Trust me, I'm steadily learning. But to sit here and kiss the ass of Donald Trump, who can care less about Christians, you're gonna sit here and point him out as if he's doing this for the better sake of humanity. You, ma'am, are an idiot. That's simple.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra.